everybody, it is Tegan here again today, and for this video I'm going to be doing my With Confidence Better Weather Tour concert diary, which once again I'm like a month late to filming this because this concert happened on October 30th and it is now the beginning of December, but you know, I just suck at filming these videos on time. So yeah, I went and saw With Confidence on their Better Weather Australian tour, and it was fantastic and amazing. And this concert diary is not going to be anywhere near as long as my last concert diary, which was my Sounds Live Feels Live 5 Sauce concert diary, because that one was like an hour and a half long because I had a lot to talk about, and there isn't as much to talk about in this one. So it's not going to be as long as that one, but my concert diaries still are always at least like half an hour long, so grab something to eat, grab something to drink, and sit down and enjoy me telling you guys about the concert that I went to. So if you don't know who With Confidence are, they are a pop-punk band from Sydney, Australia. They are composed of 4 guys, Innie, Luke, Jaden, and Josh, and they are a great band, and I love them a whole lot. And this tour was to support their debut album, which came out, called Better Weather, which is why it was the Better Weather Tour, and it was just such a great show and I loved it a whole lot. And this album came out a few months ago, but they were only just now doing their album tour in Australia because they had been on Warped Tour for a while in America, and so they only just came back to Australia, and so they did their tour, and it was great and amazing. And it was actually my second time seeing them, because the first time that I saw them opening for 5 Sauce, because they opened up for 5 Seconds of Summer on their Sounds Live Feels Live tour. They were one of the opening acts, and so I got to see them at 5 Sauce, and it was such a different thing because 5 Sauce was like 6,000 people or something like that, and was in a huge venue, and this was like maybe 150 or so people, and it was in a very small venue, and it was just like a weird change, but it was really nice, and I really enjoyed having seen them in such a big venue and then also seeing them in such a small venue. But yeah, this was my first time seeing them headline, and it was just great and such a good experience. So I guess I will just start from the beginning like I always do, and then go into the concert and what happened during the actual concert. So on the day of the show, I had requested work off, and then like 2 days before the concert they're like, "Hey Tegan, we need somebody to work, can you come in?" And I was like, no. But I ended up getting put on, and so I was put on until 3, because normally on Sundays I'll work until 4. So I finished work at 3, and then doors opened at 5, and so I was able to get to Brisbane in time to make it to the concert and be able to be there a little bit before. And so that was really nice. The show is meant to be at a venue called The Lab, which is actually where I saw Forever Ends Here at, and so I knew what The Lab was, and so it would have been nice if it had been there, because I actually really like The Lab as a venue. But unfortunately The Lab is still closed for renovations, and so they had to change the venue, and they ended up having it changed to a bowlers club, which was like, okay. So yeah, it was changed to a bowlers club, but it still worked out fine, and it was still fun and all that sort of stuff. The only problem was that it was very, very, very hot on the day of the concert, and so inside the bowlers club was even more hot, and it just was very, very warm, and everybody was sweating a whole lot. Like, it just was very, very hot, but we made it through it. It was okay, yeah. I was actually meant to be going to this concert alone, because I didn't really have any friends that liked With Confidence. Like, I had friends that knew of With Confidence, but I didn't have any that liked them enough to go to a concert. And the concert was only like $25 or something like that, so it wasn't like super, super expensive, but they just didn't really have any interest in going to see them. And so I was going alone, and I was so ready to go alone. I got there, and my parents drove me, and they were like, "Okay, be safe, blah, blah, blah." And then I got out of the car, and I looked forward, and I see one of my friend Lucy's friends, because I had seen her before at another concert, and so I was like, "Oh, she's here, okay." And then I see Lucy running towards me, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Lucy's here as well." And turns out she had it planned for a long time that she was going to come and surprise me at the concert because she knew I was going alone. And that was just a great thing for her to do. And I'm so happy that she did it. Like, thank you so much, Lucy, for surprising me, because it just made the entire concert experience so much better. And I just am so, so happy that you did it. And thank you so much. You're such an amazing person. And one of her friends actually filmed her running towards me, and it's so funny because in the video you see me like looking forward, and then I see her friend, and then I see Lucy running towards me, and I just like start bolting towards her, and then we hug. And in the background, if you look in the background of the video, you can see a car stopping, and that's actually my parents' car, because my mom like yelled out and my dad thought that something was wrong, but my mom was like, oh my god, Tegan's hugging someone, she knows somebody here. And so the car stops, and then it starts going again, and it's just like, okay. And some guy walked in front of the video while we were recording it, and it was like, hey, had to do that right then. But I'm just so happy that Lucy was there and that Lucy surprised me, and just thank you so much, Lucy, for surprising me. And I will insert the video of us seeing each other here. Just great, and I'm so happy that it turned out that I didn't have to go alone, because yeah, like, I'm fine with going to concerts alone, but it just made it a much better experience with her being there. And her two friends were there, her friend Georgia and her friend Indy. They were both there, and so we just all hung out and had a great time together. And so they had been there for only a little bit, and so we went over and got into line, and like I said, there was maybe like 100, 150 people at the concert there all together, so it wasn't a whole lot of people, but the venue, like I said, it was at a bowler's club, and so they had a big, like, window, and we could just see all the band members, like, walking around in the window, and Luke came over, and he was eating pizza, and he, like, it was, yeah. And apparently a little bit earlier, they had all come out, or a couple of them had come out and, like, signed some stuff, but I obviously wasn't there for that. So we get inside of the venue around 5 o'clock or so, and we give them our tickets, and they give us our wristbands. And some people at the beginning, they went straight back to the merch and bought some merch, which I could have done because they did sell out of some shirts, so I wasn't able to get any of the shirts that they had because they didn't have my size, which kind of sucked, but then I already have a With Confidence shirt, and they're the same price online, so I can just buy them online if I wanted to do that. But we didn't go straight back to the merch. We went straight up to the front, and we ended up being like third or fourth row, I want to say. I can't exactly remember how far back we were, but we weren't very far back, but there weren't that many people there anyway, so it didn't really make much of a difference. But yeah, we were like maybe fourth, fifth, third, I don't know, something row back. We were just standing around waiting for the concert to start, and there were two opening acts that opened for With Confidence. There was Between You and Me, who were the first opening act, and it's actually kind of nice because it was just announced that Between You and Me are opening for As It Is, who I'm seeing in February, and so I get to see them again, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, Between You and Me and Rome opened for With Confidence, and they were both absolutely incredible and just amazing performers and musicians. Oh my god, I love going to like pop punk, like stuff like that concerts, because the music that they play in between each act is like the best music in the entire world. Like, they've got Green Day and 21 Pilots and Bring Me the Horizon and just so many good songs playing. Like, they played like 4 21 Pilot songs during that concert, like in between the acts. They played Heathens, Tear in My Heart, Ride, and Stressed Out, which was like, okay, I'm totally good with that. So the first act came on, and they were Between You and Me, and they played some songs, and I had never listened to Between You and Me and Rome before, and so it was just nice getting to see them. And I always like listening to new bands. Like, I always like discovering like new bands and like seeing them and being like, oh my god, you're amazing, I want to listen to more of you. So yeah, Between You and Me played, and at the beginning, like during their set, they had like this like flag up in the venue, and the singer kept jumping and hitting it down. And so 1 or 2 songs into the set, the flag was like halfway down, and it just like, okay. And then they ended up taking that thing down after Between You and Me, and so it wasn't there during Rome and With Confidence, which was kind of good because it was like just like falling and he kept hitting his head on it and stuff. But yeah, Between You and Me played. They were very high energy and very awesome, and I loved their music. And yeah, and I got 1 or 2 videos of them, and so I will insert them in here. Between You and Me played, next was Rome, and Rome were also incredible, and they were just amazing. And about halfway through their set, one guy, he was obviously a very, very big Rome fan, he came back from like the back of the venue, and he was like I'm tall, I'm like 6 foot tall or something like that. He ran, and he was like 7 foot tall or something. He was so tall, and he ran forward, and he was just like moshing very, very, very hard, which is like, okay, sure, enjoy yourself at the concert, like that's what it's for. But he was just like going very, very, very hard. But Rome were incredible, and I've been told that they normally do like backflips and flips and stuff during their show, but since the stage was so small because it was at a bowlers club, they weren't able to do it, which kind of sucked. But they still put on an amazing performance, and they were still very, very, very good. And I will insert in a couple videos of them playing now. Then it was time to do the waiting game for With Confidence to come on, and I was very, very, very excited for them to come on. They're one of my favorite bands, and I just love them a whole lot, and just being able to see them in such a small venue was just going to be so amazing, and I was just so excited because seeing them on a very big stage at 5 Sauce was awesome and amazing, and I got to like see them play to such a large crowd and play like to just so many people, and then having seen them play to like 100, 150 people on a very small stage was just really cool and amazing, and I just loved the like difference between the two. So WithCon came on stage, and I was very, very excited, and they started setting up, and just they were setting up, like Josh was setting up his drums, and they were just all setting up, making sure that all of the microphones were right and all the instruments were at the right volume and everything. And yeah, so just seeing them up on stage, that was just incredible, and being so close to them, that was just amazing. They went off stage, and then Innie came back on and did like the Lion King thing, like Oye Zavenya or whatever it is, because apparently he lost a game of What Are the Odds to do that. And yeah, and then apparently Luke lost a game of What Are the Odds as well to throw a bread roll out into the crowd, so he did that as well. But yeah, they came on and they started playing, and the first song that they played was Voldemort, and I love that song a lot, and I just love all of their songs. So basically what they did was they played their entire album Better Weather, and then they also did 3 or 4 other songs, I believe. So their album itself is only 10 songs long, so they did the entire album. So that's Voldemort, Keeper, Archers, Will Be Okay, Gravity, Keys, Long Night, Dinner Bell, Higher, and Waterfall. And then they also did London Lights and Godzilla from their EP Distance, and they did Tonight from their album Youth. So those were the 13 songs that they played, and oh my god, they were all incredible, and I was so happy to hear all of the other songs live, because I think they played 5 songs at 5 Sauce, and so I'd only heard those 5 songs live. And so getting to hear all of the songs live was just an incredible and amazing thing, and oh my god, they're all so good live. Keys live is so amazing. Like, it's such a good song live. London Lights, oh my god, it's so good live. And like all of their other songs, like Gravity, oh my god, Gravity was so good. And before they played Gravity, Jaden was like, this song is a big fuck you to normality, and oh my god, they were just all so incredible. I can't get over how good WithCon are live. Like, and Innie does some singing in it as well. Like, Jaden plays bass, and he is the lead singer, and then Innie plays guitar, and he does other singing, like, he does some singing as well, and then there's Luke, who plays guitar, and Josh, who plays drums. But Innie's voice is so incredible, and in Keys, when he was singing Keys, he put so much emotion into that song, because he wrote it for one of his best friends that died, and he put so much emotion into that song, and he did a little speech before he sang the song, and he was like, be there for each other, you don't know what other people are going through, just be there for each other, and you're not alone. And then he started singing, and I'm getting very worked up over this, because it was just, they're just so good live, and I just love them so much. And then during Long Night, basically Long Night is like their slow song on their album, and Jaden went over, and it was just Jaden on stage, because he just plays the piano during the song, and so he was the only one on stage. And he went over to the piano, and he was about to start playing, and then like 2 people in the middle of the crowd started singing All Stars from Shrek, and then the entire crowd just joined in and sang All Stars by Shrek, and Jaden was just standing there laughing like at us, and like just, it was just so amazing. And then he did like this thing in between like the chorus, and he was like, woo woo, and I got a recording of that, but I'll show that later. And then after we finished singing, he was like, you guys are better singers than me, fuck. And then he started singing Long Night, and it was just an incredible moment of the night. And he did Godzilla acoustic on the piano, and that was amazing, and I just, so amazing. And then like Dinner Bell, that is such a good song live. And then like hearing You're Drowning Me in Smooth Caramel live, an amazing line. During London Lights, they were like, we're pretty sure Bowlers Club has never seen a circle pit. Let's make this the first circle pit that a Bowlers Club has ever seen. And so during London Lights, there's like this part in the song that's a bit like more like fast paced, and if you ever hear the song, then you'll know what part I'm talking about. It's near the end of the song. But they were like, during that part, do a circle pit, and I was like on the side of the circle pit, because I'm not really like a person to get involved in circle pits. Like, they're fun and stuff, but not my sort of thing. But like right in the middle, there was just a very large circle pit going, and it was fun to watch and stuff. But yeah. And then Archers, which is one of my favorite WithCon songs, at least it was at that point. That was incredible live, and I heard that one live at 5 Sauce, but just in such an intimate small venue, it was just an amazing song to hear live, and I'm so happy I got to hear all of these songs live, and I can't wait until I get to see them again. They are going on tour in Europe, which means they won't be touring around Australia for a while, but I can't wait for them to come back, and I can't wait to get to see them again, because they are just such an incredible live band, and I'm so happy that I got to see them live, because they're just amazing. That's just like, and I got some videos of the concert, and so I will insert those all in now.
You have learned something. Everyone here is important. Everybody is important, and all lives matter. So be there for each other and have a good time. This song's called Keys. I wrote for my Stay safe. You again, I'll never let you go. When I see you again, tell me what you know. I've been waiting for months to hear your voice once more. I don't know what you left us for, what you left. I hate this job, it's so embarrassing. You look like you got it done with the finger and a thumb in the tray, up and out on her forehead. Well, the years are coming and don't stop coming. Back to the rules of the underground right. Did races as a live for fun. You break it small, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go. You never know if you don't go. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, yo, play. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. He has a better singers than me, fuck. Won't you turn around and please look at me? Everything we are, everything we've been. I promise I'll be good if you stay with me. But everything we are, it just went away with the slide of a tongue and a sour taste. Oh, I cannot recall, I can't explain. But I remember the nights when you're blind with me, when we talk and we touch and we fall asleep. I wake up in your arms and I'm feeling. It's gonna be a long feeling good and angry, but my attitude will vary. All the things you think I might understand. And when you think I'm coming home, lock the door, leave me alone. This is and I need your calling out the truth. When inside the cool, I hear your voice after it all. I hear words pushing through me. I was thinking too room, I can't relate I just don't want to make it in flight. These hating words are starting to get I to see tomorrow.
Literally cannot wait until I get to see WithCon live again because they're just so amazing. And then having seen them live twice in 1 month and then having to wait so long to see them live again, it's just like... But yeah, seeing them twice in the span of a month and then having to wait so long to see them again, it's just... I just want to see you guys again. But honestly, such an incredible concert. Like, they put on such a good show. Like, they're just such amazing live performers, which is just a really amazing thing. And live shows are, like, concerts and stuff are one of my favorite things to go to, and they're like my happy place. And so just having that and just having such a good concert to go to, it was just amazing, and I cannot wait to get to see them again. After the show, we all went and stood under the fans because it was so hot. Like, throughout the concert, WithCon kept mentioning how hot it was. And, oh, who was it? It was either Luke or Jaden, and I can't remember which one it was. But one of them was like, "Are you guys feeling as hot as we are?" That was a rhetorical question. We can see all of you drowning in sweat. And it was just, yeah, because it's like 40 degrees, 45 degrees in this room, and there's a lot of people in here, and there are no fans going. Like 5 or 10 minutes before the end of the show, they actually turned on the fans above, which I understand why they didn't do it at the beginning, because people, like, waving their arms, that could have been really bad, but they turned them on because it was getting so hot in that venue. And they kept, like, passing back water during the show and stuff like that, which was really nice of them. After the concert, stood under the fans because it was very hot, and then we went back to the merch table, and I wanted to get a shirt, but they were sold out of my size, and so I couldn't. But I did end up getting 2 CDs. I got both of their EPs because I had their album, but I didn't have their EPs on physical copy, and so I ended up picking both of those up, which I'm so happy that I did because I love both of those EPs so much. And then we went over and got some pictures with the 2 other bands, so Between You and Me and Rome. We got some pictures with them, which I will insert in now. Yeah, but they're just nice people, and they were great to meet and get pictures with. And then we wanted to try and get some pictures with Confidence. They weren't out yet because they were like getting changed and like packing stuff up and everything, but we really wanted to get some pictures with them and meet them. And so Josh was outside taking some pictures with people. And so we went outside and we lined up to get a picture with him, and then he ended up going back inside to set some stuff up, so he wasn't out there anymore. Luke was inside taking some pictures with people, and so we were like, oh, let's go line up for him because there's like Josh is left and we're not really sure where Jaden and Innie are. And so we went over and we lined up for him, and then Jaden and Josh ended up coming out and like doing like a group picture, so it was the 3 of them. Innie wasn't there, but it was the 3 of them. And so we ended up getting up to the front and we got pictures with them, and my friend recorded it, and so I've got like the recording of us meeting, and then I've also got like a picture of that as well. And so I went over there, and there's literally the nicest people in the entire world. And Josh said to me, he said that he was like, we weren't really sure what was going to happen with the Bowlers Club, but it like just turned out being really, really fun. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't like when I saw it had been changed from the lab, and he was like, yeah, I think most people were like that, but it just turned out to work out fine. And yeah, I got my picture with them, and I got my video with them, which I will insert in now.
I'm gonna put that there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not again.
Yeah, that was like so scary. Let's go like take them. Not everybody going up. I just went.
Okay, Lucy's going after. Lucy's going.
I have to do too much. You want me to take photos?
And then I also got them to sign my CD, my Better Weather album, and so they signed that as well. And I had brought my own Sharpie because I was like, they might not have a Sharpie with them, and so I might as well bring my own with me just in case. And when we were in line, when we were like 10 people back or something, somebody was looking for a Sharpie, and I was like, oh, I've got one. And so I gave it to them to like sign somebody else's stuff, and then Luke gave it back to me, and then like the next person wanted something signed as well, and so I gave them the Sharpie again, and Luke was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep this for a little bit. And so he just kept the Sharpie until I got up there. But yeah, they signed it, and yeah, they all signed the CD, and I'm very, very happy. Yeah, they all signed it, and yeah, that's what the CD case looks like. If you're wondering, it's Better Weather, and then the inside. Yeah, and the CD is actually really pretty. Like, the actual CD itself is very pretty. But yeah, they all signed that, which I was very happy about. And then I got my Sharpie back from Luke, and we saw in the back that Annie was just hanging out in the room in the back, because basically, with it being a bowlers club, there was like the main room, and then there was like another room out the back. And he was just hanging out there and there was like maybe 4 other people back there, and we were like, we really want to meet him. And yeah, so we went back there, and we ended up just hanging out with him for a little bit, and that's when I got him to sign this as well. And then I also got a picture and a video with him as well, and so I will enter that in now.
How you doing?
Yeah, got it.
Yes.
Oh my god, it keeps asking me to connect and I don't want to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You guys were amazing. Yeah, it's all good.
Thank you.
And then at that point, Lucy, Indy, and Georgia, they all had to leave because their parents were picking them up, but I told my parents that I would text them when I wanted to be picked up because they were hanging out somewhere very close to the venue, and so I just told them I would text them when I was completely done. And so they left, and then I was just like sitting there talking to Indy with a few other people, and then he mentioned like how the night before at their last concert they had dressed up and how it was very, very hot, and I was like, yeah, I saw that, it must have been really hot. And he was like, yeah. And then we were just talking, and it was just awesome getting to talk to him. And at that point as well, I was like, he's here, I wonder if he would be able to sign my 2 EPs that I had just bought. I didn't get Luke, Jaden, and Josh to sign the 2 EPs because there was a long line. I didn't really want to have them like sign all 3 of them at that point, so the next time I see them I'll have them sign them. But yeah, I got Innie to sign both of my EPs. He signed the youth one there, and then he signed the distance EP on the inside there, and yeah, I'm just very, very happy that that happened. And then after he signed those, I talked to him for a little bit longer and then went back out, and I ended up just sitting outside because it was slightly cooler outside. And then I ended up just sitting there watching everybody else meet the band, and that was just cool. Just watching them all meet them while I was waiting for my parents to show up. It was actually kind of fun. And then my parents showed up, and I went home, and yeah, it was so incredible, and I'm just so happy that I got to go to this concert, and I'm so happy that Lucy surprised me so I wasn't completely alone for it. Just thank you to all the bands that performed there with Confidence Between You and Me and Rome. Thank you guys so much for performing. You guys were all incredible live bands with Confidence. I'm so happy I got to see you for the second time, and I cannot wait to see you again. And I'm seeing Between You and Me again in February with As It Is, which I'm very excited about as well. And yeah, it was just a really awesome day, and I'm so happy that I got to meet them, and it was just amazing, and I'm so happy that I got to go to this concert. So that is going to be about it for this video. This one was definitely much shorter than my last 2 concert diaries, which were both like an hour long. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, you can give it a big thumbs up, and I would really appreciate that. I do have another concert diary coming as soon as I film it, which, knowing me, may not be for another month. I went and saw Inventions on Saturday, and so that will be up soon, hopefully if I get it filmed. So I will be putting that one up, and yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this concert diary. Let me know if you enjoy my concert diaries, and if you actually watch them, because I make them for me first because I like being able to go back and rewatch my concert diaries and see what happened during the concert. But let me know if anybody actually watches to the end of these, because I'd love to know. And then also let me know if you've ever seen With Confidence, and if you haven't, you absolutely need to look them up because they are absolutely incredible. I will leave the link to buy their stuff on iTunes or whatever, everything down below, because you guys should definitely go and check them out because they are an incredible band. And if you enjoy pop punk, then you will definitely enjoy these guys because they're amazing. And you can also subscribe down below if you want to be told when I make new videos. I make bookish videos and music-y type videos, so if any of that sounds of any interest to you, then you should totally hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, that's about it for this video today. I'm Tegan, this is Bookwormia, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hello there everybody, it is Tegan here again today, and wow, I was thinking yesterday, and